He's facing prison again, and he wanted to finish up before Gerald Celente comes on with his whole rundown of how the 3 convictions, not of a jury, but of these corrupt judges, and the prison they intend to inflict on him is a victory of evil on Thursday, 48 hours away. Tommy Robinson, finish up your report that we're going to combine together and get to the president.
Alex, I've shown you the fact that I was supposed to have caused anxiety to these grooming gang paedophiles. I've showed you the BBC report doing exactly the same. I've showed you the law on the judiciary's website that they cannot prevent you reporting what's already in the public domain. There's not ever been any question that anything I said wasn't in the public domain. I didn't report on the proceedings. I reported information that was already on the BBC News website. I've showed you the severity of other people's and other journalists reporting, which has resulted in prejudice in trials, collapse in murder trials, escaping justice for murderers. You've seen all of them, fines. I've compared them. Now ask yourself, those more severe breaches got small fines. Ask yourself why I received a 13-month prison sentence in a kangaroo court back in Leeds. It's because the British state's politically motivated attempt at shutting down and dissenting voices and genuinely trying to have me killed by Muslim gangs in prison. There can be no other reason why, when I was given 13 months, I was moved from the safety of Hull prison to the most densely Muslim populated prison in this country. That's where they moved me to. Now, in this country, this is the dangerous thing which everyone should be up in arms about. If a defendant is accused of a crime that can land them in prison for more than 6 months, it's the law of this land that they must stand in front of a jury of their peers to ensure fair justice. This contempt court charge holds a 2-year prison sentence, yet they're refusing me a jury of my peers because they know full well 12 ordinary members of the British public would throw this out. I would be found not guilty. This is the backdoor way of the Attorney General and the government effectively sentenced me to death in prison by bypassing the trial by jury. Even people who don't agree with me and they don't like my views can see that how unbelievably corrupt this entire process is. The fact the judges heard all the details I've just relayed to you, yet still found me guilty, makes an embarrassment of the British legal system to the one that was once respected across the world. They do not care. You've seen the betrayal of Brexit and democracy. Everything. And people need to wake up. There are a handful of elites who are connected and they actually don't give a damn what the people actually want or vote for. They don't care about the British justice system. Looks an absolute joke across this world. All they care about is getting what they want. We are run by nothing but a globalist dictatorship. The Brit that they moan about Russia, they moan about China, they moan about the clampdown on free speech. They're the biggest bunch of hypocrites walking this planet. They are traitors that are ruining my beautiful country. They're removing our fundamental freedoms step by step, day by day. Every day we're losing our freedoms. I want to make a genuine appeal to President Trump, to the Republican Party. Please consider me and my family for political asylum. The British state's appeasement to Islam, the unrestricted waves of migrants into this country, means that they are deliberately persecuting and illegally imprisoning anyone who speaks out against their globalist agenda. There are Islamic terrorists already serving 30 years in prison that were caught with guns, knives and IEDs on their way to murder me. The British state has issued me already with 9 government official Osman warnings, informing me that there are credible intelligence that Islamic extremists or far-left extremists are plotting to murder me and my family. Despite this, they refuse to provide me with any of the details of their intelligence, yet they inform me that I cannot take steps to protect myself. I cannot even defend myself. I'm asking for political asylum for the safety of my wife, my 3 beautiful children. If you have watched this video, you have seen the complete sham of a persecution. My legal team will now look at every avenue to appeal. The only option I have is to fight. If I'm put in prison, the only option I have is to fight. Every time I walk out my door, the only option I have is to fight. So I only know how to fight, and I'll fight it if I'm asking for political asylum. But if I'm left here, I get my written judgment. I'm waiting on my written judgment for how I've been found guilty. This prosecution has already cost, which is one of the reasons they stick it on me as well. It's cost over £115,000 in legal fees. The costs continue to escalate. I need to lodge an appeal as quickly as possible so I can work towards getting me released so I can prevent my murder in prison. Anyone who can help or support, we have an appeal fund. We have a website. It's tommyappeal.com. My real name is Stephen Yaxley Lennon, but we are all Tommy Robinson. Our freedoms in Britain are eroding, they're being taken. This is a plea to America and a warning to the United States, a warning to every single one of you. You see the opposition, the people and the groups that oppose you, the dark forces at work, the report, President Trump, the false dossier of Russia. The false Russian dossier was created here by someone working for our government. That's the level of deep, dark corruption in my country. They have built against you and worked against you, and I'm pleading with you. I will be left to be murdered in this country. I'm a journalist, and I'm going to be sentenced to prison on Thursday for journalism. The country you think you understand, the country you look to, the country that many people admire around the world, it's gone. It's changed. The level of corruption. We knew we had a corrupt media. We knew that. We all know that. We witnessed it all the time. We knew by the cover-ups, by the government and the police force, that we had a corrupt police, all aligning and cooperating together to suppress the truth about the rape of a generation. Understand this. When I talk about these issues, understand this. This happened to a relative of mine. She was a victim of one of these gangs. I have travelled across this country, meeting the families, meeting the victims. If people understood the true length and the numbers, and it goes against their vision that they want for this world, this open border policy, all cultures are equal, everyone's the same. It completely contradicts it when a culture comes in and enslaves a generation of our daughters. And it's that they're trying to hide. It's the embarrassment that I bring with my news reports. I worked on the biggest expose of the BBC this country's ever seen. A documentary called Panodrama. 5 days after Panodrama, these charges were rebrought against me. 24 hours after Panodrama, big tech, social media, YouTube, Facebook, all removed me because I exposed exactly the accusations you make, President Trump. The accusations you make of the BBC being fake news. I caught it all on camera. And guess what? In the biggest expose, not one single British journalist mentioned it. That is the proof of a corrupt media. That is the proof. They are not journalists, they are activists. And they're working against the sole interests of the people of this country. The country I love. And I ask again, if you're watching this, if you're in the administration of President Trump, Donald Trump Jr., I'm pleading with you. Please raise concerns over this case. I promise you, all of the information, all my own barristers have said they've gone against the law. My own barristers said that it's impossible for me to get convicted, yet I've been found guilty of all 3 charges.
Tommy, we get that you're a trooper, and this is about the rape and enslavement of a generation. And it's up to the audience and the listeners to send the videos. We're going to post to Infowars.com, to WhiteHouse.gov, to all the radio and TV stations to make a big issue out of this. You should join us again tomorrow with a countdown to them trying to make you a political prisoner. And we appreciate you, and you've done a great job. Where can people, we're only at 10 seconds left, where's the best place to follow? TR.news, TR.news. For Tommy Robinson, great job, my friend. God bless you. We're all Tommy Robinson.